Hello once again, everyone. Original Blood Ace back. I didn't think I would be this soon, but I had thought of another idea for a video, and I just had to do it before I forgot about it. This video is, I was reading complaints that people still have, like they always do, about Zelda. And this is actually before, or right after, the gameplay that was shown at the Game Awards, because there was people that were excited, and yet people were still complaining and whatever. So I'm gonna go over the top 5 generic complaints about Zelda and talk about each one of these and either why they are not important to care about or whatever. So the first one that I've heard people say is, and this is a fair point, I will admit, some people are tired of Nintendo making Zelda games far too easy, meaning like with or far too much tutorials, I suppose is a much more clear way to put it. Like, for example, in this picture here of Fee, you can tell if you've played Skyward Sword, you know that she just won't shut the fuck up about every little thing. Hell, she'll even tell you if your battery is low on the Wii remote. So a lot of people want less hand-holding and less jibber-jabber from a partner, partner that comes along in your journey to help you out. Now, unlike Navi, we all remember her from Ocarina of Time, who, while she was annoying, she was also lovable, at least for me anyway. And she didn't give you the most useless information. And then there was Midna, of course, who just, treated you like her bitch. Didn't really like her. I liked her true form, like when she transformed into her true form at the end of the game. Um, a shame they never did anything more with that. But anyway, the point is, the first issue people have is that don't want any more hand-holding. They want the game to just, you know, release you into the wild, basically, and say good luck, which I can understand that. A lot of people don't like, 20 minutes of tutorials on everything that all of us Zelda fans already know how to do. It's like, oh, roll, you can run forward and push A to roll, and you can crash into a box and break it open. It's like, we know this. You can go up to a pot and pick it up by pushing A. We know this type of stuff, find a ruby and by cutting grass. We know all this stuff. But on the flip side, Nintendo does this because it's for newer players to the game. Now, granted, what they should do is just have not a mode, but like a feature where we can just switch off the tutorial because it's unnecessary for the core Zelda fan who's been with it since the NES, since the very first Zelda game. Um, and it's fine that Nintendo wants to introduce new players to Zelda, that's definitely a good thing, but why make it easier? We didn't have hand-me-out tutorials back then. We learned the hard way, why don't you? Stop making it easier. And I mean, Miyamoto himself said that he doesn't like how casual gamers don't like challenges, that he thinks that they're pathetic for not wanting to do a challenging thing. So why are you giving them the easy walkthrough tutorial thing then? A little bit of a hypocrite there, Nintendo. But either way, that's the first point, first point I wanted to go over. So the second point was people saying that the Zelda games are too linear. Now, again, this is kind of opinion, really. Um, some people like linear, some people don't. My friend Steve, you remember him? He played, what was that? Mario Kart with me before when we did that video on OBA games. He likes the linearness of Zelda games. As for myself, I like both styles. I like Ocarina of Time style, like in this picture, where you're going in order from temple to temple. I forget the exact order. It was like what was it? Deku Tree, nope, Dodongo's Cavern. I forget the names I might get the names wrong. Jabu Jabu's Belly. Then you went to the Temple of Time. Then you went to the Forest Temple. Then you went to the Fire Temple, Water Temple, Shadow Temple, Desert Temple. And then you got that Light Temple thing from someone, I forget. But anyway, and you had to go in that order, and a lot of people don't like that. They want to go, wherever they want, which in Zelda Wii U seems to be the case. However, I also am fine with it being non-linear, like A Link Between Worlds, where you can go to, you rent an item and you can go to any dungeon you want in any order. I don't really mind it either way. I like it both ways. It's really hard for there to be something in a Zelda game that I don't like. The only one coming to mind, the only thing being Majora's Mask, that stupid time limit. But I'm not going into discussion on that. So the third thing that I wanted to go over, the third complaint, and this is a big one, this is something that I don't sympathize with, is voice acting. People wanting Link and every character to talk. People saying, it's not the 1990s anymore. Let's have Link talk already. We need voice acting. No, 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 no. That's what I say. No, 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 no. Absolutely not. I don't mind if you want to give a few words to other characters, like, say, Zelda saying, follow me. I don't mind that. But do not give them full sentences where cutscenes, if you want to call them that, even though it's still running in game, are literally. It's like watching an interactive movie. Too many games. Like, Nintendo doesn't need to hire voice actors because we don't want Zelda turning into an interactive movie. Too many video games are becoming that. Video games need to stay video games. We don't need voice actors for Zelda. We just don't. It's lasted this long, you don't fix what's not broken. I love that saying because it's so true. So my point is, for me, I say do not, and I mean under any circumstances, never have Link talk. Seriously, Link is you, the player. Not to mention reading is actually healthier for your brain than having to just sit there and like zone out like a zombie while you watch TV, basically. That's all you would be doing with voice actors. What else? There's something else I was going to say. Oh, yeah. Without voice actors, you actually use your imagination, which is a good thing to use. If you don't use your imagination, you're not really being healthy for your brain. Where you can imagine what each character sounds like. Because everyone who plays the Zelda games, they're going to have a little bit of a different thought process in their mind of what a creature sounds like, what a Goron sounds like, a Zora, a character, like a human, whatever you want to call them, a Hylian. So there's another benefit. It's like Zelda is like an ancient story, an ancient legend or a myth that gets passed down in that old dusty book. And you read a book. So Zelda's, I mean, don't add voice acting. That's just going to make the lazy people who don't want to read, a few sentences, that's just going to make them happy because, oh, I can be lazy and just sit here and close my eyes and have them read everything to me and explain the story. No, screw that. They're lazy. Stick with the way it is. Anyway, let's move on to the fourth issue here, which this is a stupidly pointless, redundant one. People complaining about, especially after the newest gameplay trailer or whatever, Link being right-handed. Why is he right-handed? He should be left-handed. No, he should be right-handed. Shut up! Shut up. It doesn't fucking matter. I know that in pretty much every game he's ever been, or he's mostly been left-handed. And now in Skyward Sword he was right-handed, and now in Zelda Wii U he's right-handed, which makes people think that this is a sequel to Skyward Sword, which could take place right after. I think it could take place between that and Wind Waker somewhere. This could be... Oh yeah, this is off topic, by the way, but I think that the huge amount of ground, if you played Skyward Sword, you would know that, or Wind Waker, I should say, that the whole ground sunk under the ocean, the whole, Hyrule world. So I'm thinking this could be before that. But anyway, back on topic of the hands thing. I'm not gonna lie. First of all, it doesn't affect gameplay at all. I mean, you could argue, oh, if with the motion controls... excuse me, I got a frog in my throat. If you argued the Wii Remote motion controls... if you're a left-handed player, then whatever. But it doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't fucking matter. To be honest, I've never even noticed. I never noticed. Like, even after the gameplay, and I saw these people complaining, I was like, wait, I wasn't even... I saw him swinging his sword, but I didn't notice that he was swinging it in his right hand or left hand. I don't notice that thing, because I don't fucking care. It's pointless. You're still swinging a sword. It's just on a different side of his body. It doesn't change gameplay. It's the same fucking thing. So there's no need to complain about being left-handed or right-handed. Link is not the same Link in every fucking game. There's different heroes of time. So again, some are going to be born left-handed, some will be born right-handed. It really doesn't matter. Hell, maybe the Link you play in this one is the son of the Link in Skyward Sword, and he just happened to inherit being right-handed. Who knows? Who cares? I'm right-handed, I don't care, and there's people who complain about wanting, if I could, I just lost my train of thought. Screw it, we're moving on to the final thing I wanted to go over. The final complaint, which is the graphics. When Wind Waker, I'm showing a picture of Wind Waker HD here, but when Wind Waker came out, everyone said, this is kiddie, this is too childish, this is for babies, wah wah wah. And then they went and they showed off, Twilight Princess had came out, and people were all, amazed and whatever. And then with this picture, the Zelda Wii U tech demo, people were like, oh, finally a mature Zelda. Now, granted, yeah, it looked great. It looked great, no doubt about it. But my point is it doesn't fucking matter if it's cartoony or if it's, darker. The last time we had a dark and more mature Zelda game was Twilight Princess, which, while cool, at the same time was a very barren wasteland and had very little things to do. I think it's like my fifth favorite Zelda game. Like it's not even in the top three, top four even. But it's such a pointless thing saying that Nintendo's too kiddie, and people are saying it again with Zelda Wii U, where it's just like, oh, enough with the cell shading, even though Enuma himself, or Aonuma, however you want to pronounce it, has said that this Zelda game for the Wii U has taken inspiration from Japanese anime. I like anime. I don't like all anime. I like some, like Naruto and Yu-Gi-Oh. Well, Yu-Gi-Oh is a card. Well, whatever. I'm not going into that. But my point is, the art styles change. And I have yet to see an art style, even Majora's Mask, I liked its art style. That was one of the few things I did like about it. I haven't seen a bad art style for Zelda. I was a little perplexed with Wind Waker back in the day, but I gave it a chance because I'm like, I love Zelda. I'm sure I'll like this. And then I played it, and after 15 minutes, I was like, oh, I really like this art style. So whether it's cell shading, whether it's like anime, whether it's dark mature, I don't care. I like them all. I don't see a problem with that. People who say, oh, I'd play Zelda, but it's too kiddie, they are not people who would ever play Zelda, unless it was like Skyrim. If it was like transformed into Skyrim, where you could hack, slash, blood flies everywhere, and all that shit with voice acting. It's like, then it's not Zelda anymore. It's not Zelda. So, I'm going to wrap up this video with one last picture. This is just showing off Zelda Wii U currently. It's like, this is what we have. This is what we are getting. This is going to be the best Zelda game yet. Period. Hands down. If for some reason it can't beat Ocarina of Time, then no game ever will. Well, at least no Zelda game ever will. That's going to do it for this video, guys. I'm Original Bloodice, as always. See you next time for whatever's next.